Hello everyone, and welcome to my brand new series of Victrix Medieval Miniatures. In this particular video we'll be taking a look at the medieval footnotes and what the kit consists of. So first of all, it comes in a bag, just like all their other kits. And in this kit you get 32 highly detailed miniatures, and that's the product code if you're interested. And on the back you have some examples of how you can build the miniatures, and you get a leaflet inside which has how to build your miniatures in a variety of poses, all the different options you can use, and each miniature is colour coded, which correlates to the next page here. So, you know, if you're a bit stuck, it shows you how you can build them, for example. But you can build them how you like for the most part. There's lots of options, all the different arms, well, not all of them, but most of the arms can be used on each body. There are a few things which I dislike about this kit, but we'll talk about the positives first. So, the main positive, which you come to expect with Victrix, is the detail. The detail is phenomenal, and yeah, the poses are pretty cool, and yeah, just historically accurate. The heads I really like. You know, there's a great difference in heads here. So yeah, that's a great positive here. Oh, and just on the back again, it has kind of the same thing that's here. As you can see at the bottom, it says any arm can be used on most figures. So yeah, for the most part this kit is really good. We'll take a look at the sprue now. So you get 4 sprues in the kit. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. Yeah, all the sprues are the same, but this sprue is literally jam-packed full of stuff, with great options here. A few of the negatives which I came across while building this kit, one of them being that it has one body here which is split in half, and basically it's this one here. Now this body can only basically have 3 weapon options, and you know, if you wanted to move the arms you'd have to chop them off, so that's kind of the most limited body that you get in this kit. So you get 4 sprues and you're going to have 4 guys that all look like this, just with different weapons, which I think is a bit of a drawback on this kit. And one of the other negatives I came across is the heads. So you'll see a lot of these bodies have like this just flat surface here. So there's one there. I think there's actually only 2 of them. I think it's this one here as well. But yeah, the reason I dislike this is because it only gives you the option to use these heads on those 2 particular bodies. So if you wanted to use these heads on the rest of the bodies, they're going to look a bit odd because they are kind of cut. I don't know if you can see this, but let me try and get a good angle here. Okay, so yeah, these heads here, they're kind of missing the back of the heads, so if you wanted to use these on a body that has a full neck, it's not going to work without some green stuff or putty, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion, because the other kits which I bought from Victrix, the heads are full and you can just mix and match and put them on however you like. So besides that, that is my kind of main gripe with this kit. But I do want to show what you can actually do with this kit. So I've built all the other sprues. I just left this one to demonstrate what it's like and all the different options you get. So what I've done is I've built and primed these guys here. I've decided to give this bunch just all swords, so it'd be swords and shields, but with a bit of converting and chopping hands and swords and things, I've given this guy like 2 swords, and he's got 2 scabbards on the back as well. And yeah, just different poses here. Guy like charging forward, guy on a rock. Now I don't really like miniatures that are standing on a rock, because again you're going to get a load of miniatures that all look the same. But you can kind of just mix up the arms to make them look a lot different to each other. So yeah, this guy on the ends is the body I was talking about where it splits in half, and I've given him the double-handed sword here. And just a few more. So I have a 10-man squad of these guys. I will reveal later in a later video why I've done it like this, and I hope it all makes sense. But yeah, I mean, they do look really good, and I'm very looking forward to painting them up. Yeah. One thing to note, when I got this kit, I got an email the next day saying that they forgot to send the shields in the post. So I'm still waiting for those to come. I think they had a lot of pre-orders and people ordering this kit, and they just got a bit overwhelmed and forgot to put the shields in, so yeah. And finally, well, not finally, but I've decided to do another group here, utilising axes and maces and ball and chain, and these are much more dynamic. I've also chosen to give them kind of like the rounded helmets, because what I want to do is have like 2 opposing forces. So, you know, these square-headed knights would be part of one force, and the round-headed would be part of another force. Just making them look different to each other. And I think a lot of people won't do this. They will just mix and match and use different helmets, and I think, you know, that's how it's intended to be. But I wanted to do something different here, and that's my reason for that. So I'm going to show you a few close-ups of these guys, because I like quite a few of them here. So you've got this guy with the double-handed axe here, and he's one who's standing on the rock again. I gave this guy 2 axes. Again, I had to chop a few hands and axes and things to make this work, but I kind of like it. What else? Yes, we have this guy here, who's, you know, decapitated a person and is holding their head up to scare the enemy. And again, he's one who's standing on the rock, so you can see the difference here. Even though they're the same body, they do look a lot different. So yeah, we've got the ball and chain guy. Hope you can see that clearly. This guy here with another type of halberd sort of axe. I'm not sure the correct name for the weapon. Got a mace here, or a club of some sort, and this is one of those bodies that was split in half. He's got the double-handed axe, which I quite like. I haven't attached the scabbards to these guys yet. I completely forgot, to be honest. So I've got 10 of each of those guys, and I want to build 10 each of some spear guys. So I've made a few of these. I just made 4 of them to start with, but they're all using this like bucket type hat. Again, sorry, I'm not too familiar with medieval names of like the armories or armament, sorry. But yeah, so these are going to be like spears. I've given one of them here a trumpet. And finally, I've tried to do something different here, and I've used one of these bodies which are chopped in half, but I've kind of like kit bashed a spear onto it. Not kit bashed, but converted this spear, and he's like plunging down on someone, which I think works quite well. It was a bit tricky to do, but I like it. So I still have more of these guys to build. But yeah, I just wanted to get this video out because it is the start of a new series which I'm doing, and yeah, I wanted to just do a review of this kit. I'd say I'd give this kit a 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean, the options are great, and there are some great weapons in here. But like I said, there are a few drawbacks to this kit, so I wouldn't really rate it too much higher than that. I think a solid 8 would be my final verdict on it. If anyone's seen my other series, which is just Victrix Miniatures, but it basically goes over the Greeks and Macedonians, the ease of putting those figures together, and the heads and everything like that was I found a lot more simplified than this kit. That may just be me, just my opinion really. But yeah, I have a lot to come for this series. So this is part 1. I'm not sure how many parts there will be, but there's lots of stuff coming to this. And anyone who has been watching my previous series, I'm still continuing with it. I'm just taking a little break from it at the moment to concentrate on these guys. So I hope to get some painted miniatures out by the end of next week, so stay tuned for that. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, like and comment, and yeah, hope to see you next week. See you again. Bye for now.